You got any other ideas for fun greeting cards, Reed?
Oh man.
Dare I ask?
Well, we should do one for fentanyl that's pouring over the border. We need to start. Sorry, the state accidentally executed your son. We thought he was a drug dealer. Maybe one of those.
Speaking of fentanyl, the next article is Ron DeSantis. Thank you for. You might have screwed up that
I knew
last
it was
segue.
gonna. I knew we were going into fentanyl at some point. I didn't know it was gonna be that seamless of a transition.
Nice.
That's pretty nice.
So here's y'all down in Florida, your Lord and Savior Ron DeSantis on fentanyl, and you know that he's staunchly against it because of how he put fentanyl and put a no sign over it on the front of his podium, just to make sure you know that he's serious.
The leading cause of death for people 18 to 45 in the United States of America is now fentanyl overdose. Just 2 milligrams of fentanyl can be a fatal dose. So if you have 1,200 pounds of fentanyl, like was seized at the border just last month, that's enough to kill almost 90% of the United States population. We can and must lower the demand for drugs through education and outreach programs, but we also must fight the supply of drugs and crack down on dealers and traffickers, particularly of substances like fentanyl. Today, we will be signing HB 95. HB 95 increases the mandatory minimum sentence for trafficking fentanyl and analogs, which has impacted communities across Florida and across the United States.
Yeah, not to be outdone, Trump also had a statement. We'll just listen to both of them real quick before we comment on these. Here is Donald Trump. Oh, come on.
Not to be outdone.
To lead this effort, a joint violent crime task force composed of the Department of Justice and the Department of Homeland Security should be tasked with destroying these organizations, and the penalties should be very, very severe. If
How
you look
severe?
at countries throughout the world, the ones that don't have a drug problem are those that institute a very quick trial death penalty sentence for drug dealers. It sounds horrible, doesn't it? But you know what?
Yes.
That's the ones that don't have any problem. It doesn't take 15 years in court. It goes quickly, and you execute a drug dealer and you'll save 500 lives because they kill on average 500 people. Shut up, silly woman.
So
I love and you
execute.
Absolutely. And then he doesn't even go on a rabbit trail. He just goes kind of back to what he was saying before.
Yeah.
I love those bits,
Yes. I have to fill time. Just circle back and repeat with different words. I like it. So we've got Ron DeSantis. The Libertarians love him, I hear, and Donald Trump, who the Libertarians also love. What is it that's causing this new, all of a sudden wave of, yes, fentanyl is bad. That goes without saying, but now we've got some Libertarians that I've seen who are like, yeah, fentanyl is pretty bad, you guys. And it's like, yeah, it is. So is all the other drugs that we've been pushing for the legalization of. Reed, what are your thoughts?
Heroin just got less bad, I heard. Heroin's not that big of an issue anymore. No, well, Dan, ISIS is pretty bad. China is pretty bad. Transgenderism is pretty bad. So these are all things that I think we should just be, putting to death.
Just gonna sneak that in there.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's an unfortunate reaction to the ridiculousness of the left for the last few years. I think that's why a lot of libertarians are susceptible to this stuff, because they're attracted to anything that they view as oppressing the left. And right. I think that's where a lot of the libertarian stupidity comes from. As far as the conservatives go, this isn't shocking at all. This is just, this is, a situation normal for them.
It is situation normal, but why are they talking about it now? Did I miss some fentanyl crazy thing that happened over the last week that sparked this, them to both be saying this?
I don't think so, but why do you need to spur any authoritarian tough guy hoo-ha for
Why
them?
are they
You never
both
have
having
to,
the
like,
same talking points all of a sudden
oh,
on this issue?
that's because I cannot wait for the Trump versus DeSantis primary in 2024. I have been wishing for it for a long time, and it looks like it might be shaping up to be a reality. People say that if Trump runs, DeSantis will bow out. I'm
I
not
don't
so
know.
sure about that, and I will love that bloodbath. I don't even care who becomes president. I just want to see the chaos and the blood sport. It's just going to be incredible.
Even if it results in Hillary Clinton for president in 2024?
I don't care. It would be worth having her as president to see that primary.
Yeah, I want Hillary Clinton debating Joe Biden and Donald Trump debating Ron DeSantis, and then whoever comes out of both sides of those, the debates will be beautiful between them, and just watch them eat each other alive in their glorious cannibalism.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you think that like my brain automatically goes to, why is this coming up now? Like this isn't like a hot button issue all of a sudden. Do you think that, I don't know who said it first, but do you think one of them was like, which seems like it would be Donald Trump saying it second, like Ron DeSantis comes out against fentanyl with that very edgy no sign over fentanyl on his podium, and Donald Trump's like, oh, that's it. That's a good point. I'll do you one better. We're going to execute them, line them up, shoot them in the face, all the drug dealers.
I love how he says, like, and doesn't that sound terrible? But it works. Like, if you kill people fast, it works. Like,
Yeah.
lots of countries all around the world do that. It's
Right.
like, yeah, we know. We know they do.
China's shooting people
China-
for
yeah.
drugs. China does it like he does. I'm pretty sure he even says something about China not having a drug problem. It's like, since
Later on, he says he spoke to Xi Jinping about drug issues, and Xi Jinping told him that they
Shoot him in the
execute
face.
drug dealers, and Trump was like, well, that's pretty based. I guess I'm going to do that. So it's kind of funny how much the populist right apparently hates China, too. And
Right.
now they're like, well, China's drug policy is pretty cool, so let's emulate them a little bit. We hate them so much.
Absolutely. It's impressive. And to the libertarians, I'm like, I don't know, guys. Like, yeah, it's real bad. Fentanyl's bad, and murder's bad, rape's bad. Don't like them, but they should all be legal. That's the libertarian stance.
I was wondering where you were going with that. It's like,
A big question